I'm just going to do some exercises today. I had Codex try to solve the issue that I had last time where it wasn't checking if the exercise is correct or not. And I changed my mind a little bit. I'm gonna try to... Not sure if porting is the right way to put it. I'm gonna try to build a version on... as a desktop version using GPU UI or GPU GPUI, or however you say this, the name of this library here, or framework. And the reason why I didn't do this since the beginning is that Electron is bloated and Tari requires having the Visual Studio C++ tools, which I don't like to use. I prefer using open source tools whenever possible. So I decided that the best way to start was to compromise and do it on the browser. Then the issue with the browser obviously is that it's like decoupled from the native environment. So I'm thinking that if I try to, and also plan on doing other applications with GPU UI or GPUY. So I think that might be a good idea to try to move over. But I'm gonna do exercises today, I think, only. And then I'll continue to try to do this try to move this stuff from the website version to this GPUI. I think it's gonna be more interesting because then maybe there's like higher potential for integrating stuff that I do on the libraries, like with the other Census project to get the analytics and like just basically expand a lot more. So yeah, but I'm gonna do some exercise here. I'm gonna do... I wanna see if Codex fixed the issue or not. The issues. I think produce a vector. Yeah. But this one is a boolean. I read map error. So map error is gonna translate the error. That's why I selected this one. This error apparently produces a boolean, which makes sense. Borrow the inner value without consuming the option. I think as ref probably. Yeah, as ref. That should be this one. Whatever. Yeah. Boolean. Yeah. I think it's this one, but I'm not really sure. It's boolean. Returns true if every item satisfies the predicate. Starts with easy. So given the other one, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be this one, because iterate makes a iterator. I think it is this one. Yeah. So filter map. Yeah, I think it's... yeah, this is the one that is gonna be T capped because of the filter, I think. Oh, maybe not. So map changes the type. Maybe this quiz can be improved. Not really sure though. Because if I don't know what type it is before the operation, then how do I know which one is correct here? Yeah, I think this one might need to be improved. Lazily filter, transform from both filters. I'm not sure if I'm gonna. I think when I transfer, maybe I'll try to use an agent to fix this. Maybe I'll do this. So I think the best idea is probably to get to a point where I have like a decent baseline on the website, and then I can continue to use this website version just to like continue to train. But then try to. I don't think I'm gonna manually build the. Maybe I should actually try to manually build in the beginning. But it's probably better to just use an agent to help build faster on the GPU UI, and then just try to translate everything. And I think that on the GPUI version, the desktop version, I'm gonna do the quizzes manually. It's probably better to build the quizzes manually based on the reports. So I read the reports to see the frequency of everything, and then build the quizzes manually. Or I do some other type of training there, like the on the construction side of things, where I do algorithms or ways to study libraries as well. That might be interesting. Yeah, should be this one. Let me do the recall now. Uh, So I guess the difference here is that it's gonna flatten the result, but I'm pretty sure the map changes the type inside of the container. So I guess the only difference is that's gonna flatten the result there. Yeah, collect. I have no idea. Maybe, yeah, I have no idea. They are. I just did this one. And then I think. Huh, that's weird. Because I do think that the first time was something like end then. Oh, but this one it doesn't mention flattening, so I think I confused the different quizzes. I think it's probably correct. I just confused which one was. Hmm. Yeah, I have no idea. I don't think it's unwrap, but yeah, unwrap. Don't remember this as well. Okay, next. I think it is. Okay. This one is filter map. Easily filter and transform. I think it's X. No. Either expect or unwrap R. Do you remember there was some, but I think expect is when you have an error and you want to move out, I think. Oh, it is expect, yeah. So I remember from last times that I tried unwrap R and it was wrong because it was expect. But I associate more intuitively, I associate expect with an error thing. What expect does is borrow, move the inner value out with a custom panic message output type D. So it basically unwraps from option with a yeah. Yeah. So I guess if it is none, it's gonna throw the error probably. Unwraps but attaches a custom panic message to panic zone now. Okay, so when it's none, it's gonna panic and then send show the message you want there. Okay. I think it's basically a convenient way to check whether or not you have a unknown value and throw an error if you do. Length, probably. Length again. And now I don't remember if I think they all returns boolean, so it's probably not that. I have no idea. Okay, fine. Let me try the mechanics now. Hmm. I think is map. The first thing that comes to mind is this, but I'm not very confident. Okay. Is map error. The string from string slice from a string, not consuming or copying it. Yeah, I don't know. Not sure why. Okay, S string. Yeah, this one might be. It is an issue here. So here there's a hint. The first thing that I have to do is loop over this. I'm not really sure if I have to. Because it's a reference, I think I don't have to do anything here. Maybe I do. Then it's probably. I think I need to call int first. This R insert 0 plus 1. It's gonna check if the word as the key is on the hash map, and if it isn't, it inserts a 0, and then it does plus equals 1 when it exists. Or it does plus equals 1 all the time. But on the first one is gonna be 0, the frequency. I think it is like this. Okay, so I have to do this. And I have to borrow the... I'm not really sure why you have to do as string here. I guess because the type is a string, not a string slice here. Didn't see that. Well, that should be suitable. Let's try again. Maybe we should write down why do I have to... Wanna ask why do I need to dereference the map here? Now I think is correct. Why do I need to dereference this? I guess it's because it's gonna be on the heap, because using new. Yeah, so it's not complicated to understand. Guess it's kind of weird because I'm used with C++ where I use the arrow to the reference. Okay, so next one. Okay. So you receive the string slice, and then you need... I think that this is just string. I'm not really sure though. That's the first thing that I'm gonna try. Maybe it's split here. And maybe split and then collect. I'm gonna try split, then collect. The split white space. So based on the error message here, I think that it would work if I just didn't... The solution is different, but I think that if we call split, it works. No, actually, maybe not. It's kind of difficult to understand like what the message says here, the error message. It's kind of confusing to me because I'm not really sure if after this is gonna be an iterator item, and this like I don't understand what it means by this. And this expression has type string slice, but let me see the error message when I only call split. Actually, fuck. I pressed enter and you went to the next one. Maybe this is a good thing to put here to go back to the previous. I think it doesn't matter that much. Not sure. I think if I do Intuitor, it's not gonna work either way. Maybe it does because already. I think it does work because there isn't the type, the return type's not specified there. Because I think that this is gonna return a vector. So I'm not really sure if this creates another thing. The collect is gonna create another thing or is gonna change the values in place. And the other thing that I could do is either mute, but it's not necessary because they're already the elements are already mutable, I think. There's another question is whether or not the array itself, but I think it doesn't matter. If the array, if it is like this, then it means the elements inside of the array are mutable. That's how I'm reading this. Also have to the reference first. Kind of weird thing there. So I think what this means here is that implicitly the function is returning the zero size type there, this type here. then the operation that I did returns this iterator. So that's why it fails there. But I think that the operation itself works, but it doesn't change in place. It creates another iterator. And that's a good question to ask. The solution is just to create this itermute and then multiply inside. Oh, it's, I used X. This one, I think that I did everything. The only thing that is different is that I'm making it equal to the value times true. Here is using this expression and stuff. Well, it's because when I do it like this, I have to dereference. So I guess these dereferences implicitly. Good to know. Unwrap turns the value into an option, I think. About maybe unwrap is for the option to turn into the value. Yeah, that's the difference. OK is for results and unwrap is for the option when you want to get the value out of the option. Yeah, this one was improved, I remember, and this is gonna be option B. Was improved because now it has the type of the hash map before. So maybe it's still failing on the tracking because this is a typo here. And this one is map one. Okay, nice. Vehicles both they still be used. So yeah, I think it is. I think the answer is yes because we're gonna copy internally. Maybe I don't remember actually. Maybe it is the string that copies and the integer. No, I'm gonna. So the answer is correct, but the checking is wrong. Like I said before, I'm not really sure if I'm gonna use an agent to fix this because it might be better to just focus on the GPUI version now. 'Cause I think that's not. I don't know for sure, but just intuitively thinking, like the desktop version has more integration with the OS and Rust. I think it's gonna be a lot easier to build things because then I can navigate the source code directly. I think. I'm not sure how painful it's gonna be to do the UI. That's the problem with the GPUI version. I'm gonna also have to spend a bunch of time learning the framework as well. Item consuming a back use owned items. Yes, just on the name there, Twitter. Oh no, it's complete the item type. It's gonna be okay. Or maybe not sure if it's T or if it's the reference to T. Or maybe it's option T. Yeah, I'm not sure. The answer is correct again, but same issue. Yeah. So there's something wrong with the way that is checking all these answers. Maybe is error? Yeah, is error. I have no idea. The math was and then. Okay. Yeah, remember like the description from the recall quiz. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna stop here. There's a lot of them that have the incorrect checking mechanism. Not really sure if I'm gonna solve this or not. But probably from now on, I'm going to spend a lot more time trying to build this on GPU I. The same thing basically, but on GPU I. And I think I'm gonna use because even though like it checks wrong, it doesn't really matter that much. It only matters for the analytics later to see like how many I got it right or wrong. But since I'm gonna focus more on the other version, I think it doesn't matter that much. Like I can leave it like this, and I can just use this as a baseline to get some reps every day going to improve on this like very basic and fundamental things. And as I do that, I work on the GPU I as well, which is gonna help improve also. Then once the GPU I version is better or is as good or better than this one, then I move completely to that one. I think that's probably the best thing to do. I'm gonna throw this on GPT and then see what it thinks, and maybe use an agent to fix. But I'm going to focus more on the GPU I. So probably next time that I stream, I'm just going to. I don't think I'm gonna try to build everything manually. I'm gonna probably use DeepSeek or some other agent to do it, but I'll probably do this on stream. So see you next time.